Welcome to day 17 of your 75 days no gambling challenge. You've come a long way. Take a moment to let that settle in. That's over 2 full weeks of consistent, conscious action toward taking your life back. And today, we face one of the biggest challenges in any recovery journey: the weekend. Weekends have a particular energy. They're the time most people associate with rest, indulgence, entertainment, and letting loose. And in a world full of digital temptations and easy spending, weekends can feel like a financial trap. If you're coming from a gambling background, the weekend is often when the urges hit the hardest. When your mind tells you, just one bet, or you've been good all week, you deserve it. But you and I both know how that story ends. You don't gamble to feel good. You gamble to escape. You've committed to doing the opposite. To face your reality, reclaim your peace, and rebuild your life. This weekend, you're not going to fall back. You've done too much work. You've learned too much. You've come too far. Today's focus is sticking to your budget, especially when temptation feels strongest. Because budgeting isn't just a financial activity, it's a mindset. It's about protecting what you're working so hard to build. Remember why you started? Let's pause and remember your why. Why did you start this journey? Was it to stop living paycheck to paycheck? To restore your relationships? To get out of debt? To finally sleep through the night without anxiety gnawing at your chest? Maybe it was to look your kids in the eye and know you're giving them a better life. Or maybe it was simply because you were tired of living a double life, pretending everything was fine while secretly falling apart. Whatever your reason, bring it to the front of your mind. Write it down. Say it aloud. Save it as your phone wallpaper if you have to. Because when the weekend temptations hit, your why is going to be the rope that keeps you anchored. Budgeting is a lifestyle. Now let's go back to budgeting. You've created your monthly budget, outlining all your major expenses, your debt repayments, your living costs. You've broken that down into a weekly budget where you plan for each upcoming week. And you've even looked at a daily budget, a practical way to stay on track every single day. But here's the truth. Creating a budget is only the beginning. Sticking to it, especially when it's hard, is where transformation happens. Monthly budgets help you zoom out and see the big picture. Your total income, your fixed costs, your debt obligations. This gives you clarity. Weekly budgets help you prepare. You take a portion of your income and assign it to real-time needs like food, transport, data, or school supplies. You also factor in any flexible expenses and set a spending cap for the week. This gives you control. Daily budgets are where the discipline kicks in. You're not just reacting to what's in your bank account. You're pre-deciding how you'll use it, one day at a time. If you've set aside $10 for daily spending and you stick to it, you win that day. And here's something powerful. If you don't use your full daily amount, even if it's just a few dollars or rands left over, that excess isn't small. It's a building block. Redirect it toward debt, stash it in savings, or put it toward a small reward you've budgeted for. Every cent counts. Why the weekend is dangerous for your budget. Weekends are where budgets often fall apart. There's more free time, more emotional vulnerability, more social pressure, more boredom. And if you're used to gambling or spending money to feel good, the weekend becomes a trigger. You might not even plan to spend. But suddenly, there's a sale notification on your phone. Or an old gambling app pings you with a free credit. Or a friend invites you out and you feel too embarrassed to say you can't afford it. So here's what you need to understand. The weekend is not your enemy, but your lack of a plan for it can be. Practical strategies to stick to your budget this weekend. Let's talk strategy. How do you stick to your budget this weekend? Plan ahead. Don't wake up Saturday without a plan. Know exactly what you're doing, what it will cost, and what you're eating. Unstructured time can lead to impulsive decisions. Carry only what you need. If you struggle with impulse spending, leave your bank cards at home and carry just the cash you've allocated for the day. No apps, no tap to pay. Block temptations. If you've gambled online, use a site blocker. If you've overspent online, remove your cards from shopping apps. You can also give someone you trust access to block certain apps or websites for you. Say no without shame. Someone invites you to spend money you don't have, say no. You don't need to explain. Not this time is enough. You're choosing a different life now. Create zero-cost joy. Find pleasure in things that don't cost money. Walks, free YouTube workouts, journaling, quality time with loved ones, reading. Dopamine doesn't have to cost a cent. Track everything. Write down every expense, no matter how small. Use a notebook, your phone, or a spreadsheet. This gives you clarity and keeps you accountable when you have extra money. So what happens if you stick to your budget and find yourself with a little extra? Maybe you didn't buy takeout. Maybe you skipped that online impulse. Maybe you just spent less than expected. Here's what to do with that extra. Put it toward your smallest debt. This builds momentum. Apply it to your highest interest debt. This saves money long term. Start or top up your emergency fund. Reward yourself modestly and within budget. A small reward can reinforce good behavior and keep you motivated. Whatever you do, don't waste it. Small wins build big confidence. This is where discipline becomes your new default. Here's the hard truth. If you don't control your money, your emotions will. And emotions are unpredictable. Weekends can bring loneliness, boredom, FOMO, or pressure to treat yourself. But if you've got a solid daily plan, you don't have to rely on willpower alone. You have structure. You have purpose. You're not just budgeting, you're rewiring your brain. You're teaching it that peace and progress feel better than chaos and regret. So today, your job is simple, but powerful. Review your daily and weekly budgets. Stick to your spending limits, no matter what. Avoid known triggers. Celebrate the discipline you're building. Most importantly, don't give up ground this weekend. You've worked too hard. You've come too far. What's next? Day 18. Setting up a solid debt repayment plan. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, this is great, but I'm still drowning in debt, then tomorrow is for you. Day 18 is all about setting up a solid, realistic debt repayment plan. We'll break down your options, show you how to prioritize your debts, and explore strategies like Snowball and Avalanche in more depth. We'll even talk about how to tailor your debt strategy to your income, especially if things are tight. Because the truth is, budgeting is one piece, but a structured debt repayment plan is how you actually climb out of the hole. We're going to build that plan together. For now, stay grounded, stay focused, and don't let one weekend undo all the healing you've worked so hard for. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share your journey in the comments. You've got this, and I'll see you in the next video.